Hello learners, welcome to TLE Carpentry class, grade 8. Module 8, request appropriate materials and tools. Objectives, list the needed materials and tools as per job requirement. Request materials and tools according to the list prepared. Do request as per company's standard operating procedures or SOP. Flowchart in receiving tools, equipment, supplies, and materials in the shop. Start with the recipient. Verify that the delivery corresponds to an open purchase order. Number 1. Purchase order number is on shipping documents. The answer is yes. You can proceed. If the answer is no, back to purchase number 1. Recipient. Find the purchase order in system. Find purchase orders. Step 3. Determine whether correct materials was received. The problem exists with order. If yes, back to step 3. If no, proceed to the next. Step 4. Contact vendor if a problem with orders such as receiving, resolving discrepancies. Step 5. Recipient. Transact receipt of materials. Step 6. For the recipient again. Inform requester that requisition goods or services have been received. Step 7. File receiving documentation. Step 8. Review and correct receiving transaction as necessary. The purpose of this matrix is to provide guidance to those personnel involved in receiving or accepting goods and materials on behalf of the Maricopa Community College District. As an example, best business practice support that receiving be complete through a centralized function and location. Such guidance helps to ensure that the following key control objects and process attributes are achieved. Receiving Guidelines Matrix Web Version. Nowadays, we can purchase through internet. Merchandise is Central Receiving Department, Fiscal Office, Requisitioning Department, Accounts Payable. Goods are purchased only with proper authorization. Goods compared to purchase order or other purchase authorization before acceptance. Unmatched receives. Investigated and authorized items identify for return to redo. Receipts under purchase ordered monitored quantities exceeding authorized total return to redo. Goods received are recorded correctly as to account amount and period. Goods counted, inspected, and compared to packaging slips before acceptance. Receiving reports issued by Receiving Inspection Department in pre-number order. Receiving documentation documentation purchase, order, and invoice match before recording liability. Goods counted, inspected, and compared to packaging slips before acceptance. Receive reports issued by receiving inspection department and pre-number order. Receiving documents purchase, order, and invoice match before the recording liability. Goods, POs, LPOs, and non-capital. This matrix serves to provide guidelines in which the order of steps completed may vary depending on college and circumstances. Goods, POs, LPOs, non-capital. Merchandise is non-capital delivered to Central Receiving Department. Central Receiving Department, Fiscal Office. Inspect for proper addressing before acceptance. Inspecting for proper number of packages agrees to deliver before acceptance. Inspection for obvious damage before acceptance. Agrees supporting documentation. Packaging slip, invoice to existing PO, LPO. Receiving merchandise online in CFS. Central Receiving Department, Fiscal Office. Deliver merchandise to Requisitioning Department. Obtain signature from Requisitioning Department on original supporting documentation, packing slip, invoice, or delivery log sheet. Make a copies of signed packing slip, invoice, Central Receiving Department and Requisitioning Department. If invoice enclosed with shipment, forward original to accounting payable. Maintain original packing slip with hard copy. PO/LPO. Sign original documentation, packaging slip, invoice, or delivery log sheet indicating physical receipt of good within department. Inspect merchandise for quality and conceal damage. Notify vendor and or Central Receiving Department as appropriate of concealed damage over shipments or merchandise received but not ordered. Accounts payable. If invoice received directly from vendor, it is entered into CFS and maintained in A/P department awaiting online receiving. Pay vendor upon three-way match of online PO invoice and online receiver. Test yourself. True or false? Write true if the statement is correct. False if the statement is not correct. You are given 2 minutes to answer. Answer answer the following questions honestly. Your correct answers will determine what you have learned in requisition. Last 20 seconds. Time is up. Let's check your answers. One to six, the answer is true. Seven and eight, false. Nine and 10, true. If you got that correctly, very good.
Goodbye, learners. Thank you for watching. See you again.
Thank you, learners. See you next meeting.